Okay, sorry about that. They should. I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, I know what's going on with that. Crashing my network. I don't know why. I was just absent. Currently waiting for Pro Mods to update. I think it's crashed my game. Having one of those days. Late on the stream because I was doing some errands for family, and then crashed my main PC. This is not fun. It only happened to me. Oh, there we go. Hey Charlie, how's it going? Going on a road run tomorrow. Nice. I like the sound of that. Just having some issues. For some Eurotruck simulators decided it needed an update, and I think it's broken all of my mods, which means that now the game is broken, and that has in turn broken my PC. I was looking forward to getting on as well. I was looking forward to coming back on and doing a continue. I think I'm gonna commitment or trust issues. I think it's both. I've got the commitment. I'm committed. I wanted to start, but I don't believe that it's committed to me. I feel that there is there's a certain imbalance in this relationship. Locked. Sorry, there's a blank screen at the moment. I'm just trying to background that's going to be slowing down my PC. I need a faster PC. No, yeah, I'm very committed to the whole thing, but it seems my equipment is against me. So I'm afraid I'm gonna have to lay down the law, I think. I'm not hearing any sounds. Oh, there we go. Hopefully this will load up without causing any problems this time. How are you doing, Charlie? Apart from sawing wood. You could have a chainsaw or some sort of steam-driven implement to do that for you. A steam saw. That's what I think you have. You all have like some sort of steam-powered chainsaw. Okay, so where were we? If I remember correctly, we were in Poland. Correctly. Yellowstock. Could be wrong. Traditional way. I thought you'd have like one of those long ones where like you have someone stood either side, like a big proper like log saw. Get that steam engine on the go. You've got a reciprocating steam engine. Get that big torque wheel on the go. Put a blade on it. I'm pretty sure that would chop through some wood, no problems. You could chop its own fuel. Steam-powered chainsaw. It's gonna happen. I will buy my own steam engine and turn it into a steam-powered chainsaw. Oh, I'd love to be that rich. That would be awesome. Just casually buy a steam engine because I can. Right, where are we doing? We have progress history. What was the last job that we did? Get Baliastok. There we go. I can't pronounce Polish names, so I do apologise. Let's see. But... Right, we'll go for a price. Let's see, price per distance. Well, I try not to. I mean, I was angle grinding the other day. I was taking down an iron railing, well, steel railing that we had. So I was there with the angle grinder, and there were a few sort of, we'll call them choice moments where I may not have had the grip that I needed. And I nearly lost some fingers at one point. Train undercarriage. I asked up to, is that? Oh, hello. Take us to Austria, and that takes us up to Sweden. We don't really want, and that's to. I'm thinking we'll take a train undercarriage. Tatamare in. I was thinking about this the other day because, like, really, because I was talking about, because I was on Twitter. I was thinking, like, should I make a big deal about the fact I only have one hand? I was thinking, on the one hand, this is really cool, but on the other hand, I've just got the 1 point, really. Oh dear. But yeah, it seems the stream has behaved itself now. Am I coming through clearly on the speech? Because sometimes I have a few problems with that. I've been having a bit of a calamitous afternoon. I've been having a very serious day. I managed to prove that I am good at the adulting because I sent a very strongly worded email for something, and I actually got a response like immediately. So I've now become an adult because I've sent a strongly worded letter to express my displeasure at something. High value cargo. Take this one. I think we'll take this one. So I'm going to continue streaming up. We'll probably go, I'd say we'll go for till about 9 o'clock, half 9, which is about, I'd say about an hour. Mainly just because of the stress of having to get this thing working again. I spent in the last hour trying to sort this out. Oh, we're in a Mercedes. Not. Lord, won't you buy me be mercy? Okay, so we're in Baliastok. We're going to. Alright. Quickly turn off performance mode, so if the sound's coming through. Yeah, there we go. That's fine, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure the sound was coming through. Yeah, the problem with this, the frame rate drops through the floor when I'm trying to position. Just need to do the obligatory oops. Right hand brake on. We've got some train railing, some railway undercarriage. So we're delivering those to Romania. This is going to be. Again, we're going to be continuing our little journey around Europe. Not going home. On S. What we're going to do, we're going to make the monies. Taking out the dollar. Oh, even the indicator sounds good on this truck. But it's a Mercedes after all, isn't it? Driving on the side of the road. I'm not in England, and I haven't been to England for a very long time, so we need to. on going. I'm gonna keep on running this way. How's the steam engine coming along? So you're going for a run tomorrow. I take it you've been doing all the maintenance and prep work on it to get it up and running. Hey, old one, how we doing? Good. Doing good. Excellent. That's what we like to hear. I like to hear that these machines will keep going. I like to see old steam engines, especially when I'm driving and stuff. I don't like getting stuck behind them, but I do like, when I'm driving down the road and I'm coming the other way. I do appreciate to see them running. You were mentioning, it was a Fowler, wasn't it? Tell me it's me winning the lottery. Please be winning the lottery. Nothing exciting, therefore I should turn off the... Yeah, I remember you telling me that your dad got you a steam engine, didn't he? Video freezes every 4 seconds for a split second. Well, that's just no good, is it? I think there's much I can do about that at the moment. I've been having some network problems when my PC, when I started everything up, my network was deciding that it didn't want to connect to anything, so I've spent the last hour trying to sort it out. Possibly. I've kind of quick fixed it. I've had to reset everything, so it's probably just not stabilized. Causing me a few issues. Yeah, that's probably good. Fowler's still in the family. That's good. That's good. And you say you've got a porter, an Aveling and a porter. Porter steamroller. I'll have to look that up at some point. Sounds rather interesting. So yeah, I've had an interesting day with I may have mentioned this a couple of times, but I'm currently out of work at the moment. This is why I've been able to stream as much as I do. But I've been on a training course for the last sort of 3 to 4 months to try and become a truck driver. I've been having a few issues with the training company that I've been dealing with, and I sent them a strongly worded email basically announcing my displeasure. And not only did I get a response almost immediately, my complaint has been sent up to their directors effectively and their head management of their entire company, because apparently my points were so valid and so well articulated that they've taken it seriously. And they've fast-tracked me to get... Well, they've not fast-tracked me, they've actually fixed the problem that I was having. So basically what it was is I've been waiting to learn how to drive a forklift for the last month to 2 months. And every time I've phoned up and I've managed to work, I've got a work coach from the government who basically, because I have to prove that I'm looking for work or training. Basically I had to get them involved. So in the end, they've said, right, well, person that I effectively needed to speak to that was not getting my messages or wasn't being passed on to has told me, right, well, I sort it all out, so what courses do you want to do? I said, well, I want to get my FLT, which is forklift truck driving license, sorted, and I want to finish my LGV, which is large goods vehicle. So it's not quite this is a HGV, not an LGV. It's the step above what I'm learning to do. And they said, right, well, we can get you sorted, so I'll send you some links tonight, which they did, effectively giving me the assessment that I need to complete, and then starting Monday I'm learning to drive a forklift. really grateful for the feedback that I was giving them. Obviously, you know, explaining that I've had like a really bad experience with them. But they said, look, if you don't tell us what these problems are, we wouldn't realise it. So I did joke. I said, look, if you want to hire me as a consultant, you know, I can send you a bill. I'm not sure if they take me seriously on that one, but yeah. I've worked in those kind of industries, you know, I understand a lot of the problems. That's why I wasn't necessarily being, I wasn't being rude about it, I wasn't being aggressive or anything. It's just kind of like, look, these are the problems I've experienced, these are examples of it, this is what it looks like. So things like, you know, they were talking about having a restructuring problem. You know, and it's like, well, if your restructuring is causing your company to stop functioning, then clearly the restructuring's not going that well. Yeah, you know, I like to think that I've made, you know, my main focus was that I wanted to make a positive impact. I want them to succeed. I want them to do well, because out of it. No use me trying to bring them down in any way, shape or form, because ultimately it'll impact me later. But say, for example, I cause a lot of trouble for them, it might affect me getting, you know, schemes later on. So I've had a pretty good time of it. I'm really excited about next week, you know, learning to drive a forklift. Thanks, old one. Thanks for the update. Yeah, I'm in a pretty good mood now that I've sorted all that out. But yeah, I was looking forward to coming online, but then I've had like family errands to be done. Then we've had like a little takeaway together. Then I had all my technical problems. Oh, plus that at 6:30, and it was just like, yeah, it wasn't happening. I was like, no. Eurotruck decided that it wanted an update, which I think is the Renault T-Trucks, which have just been released. I was planning to get a screenshot with them at one point to enter a competition, but I never. Let's just keep on running. Ooh. Yeah, things are looking up, things are improving. I'm now speaking to sort of the head honcho that I needed to for the last sort of 3 to 4 weeks. It's getting sorted, so everything's on the up and up, and it also means that once I'm done I can start looking for a job, which is what I've been needing to do for quite a while. COVID, with my grandmother, all that sort of business, I've basically been a hermit in my house. It wasn't worth it to me to during the, well, I'm not saying, I don't want to sound like it just wasn't worth me doing it. It's like, at the end of the day, the risks for my grandmother were too great for me to risk going outside, basically. Now that that's becoming less and less of a worry, I can start focusing on getting my life back on track. The streaming is still going to be a major part of that. This is something that I enjoy doing and that I want to do and I would like to get better at. Well, I don't want to say it's not my primary focus. I would say it's not the basket that I'm putting all my eggs in right now. Things are a little bit unpredictable at the moment, and like I say, I would love to make this kind of a that's kind of like it's a, you know, it's one of those sort of like pipe dream type things. It's like, yeah, I would love it to happen, but I have what it takes to make it happen, you know. Trying what as a thing? Streaming. Technically start streaming with next to nothing. Some people do it with just a mobile phone. I'm quite fortunate in that I've got access to a lot of second-hand equipment that I can get, and I've been watching lots of YouTube videos on how to do stuff on the cheap. So, for example, you know, Harris Heller is someone that I've followed quite a lot on YouTube as Twitter, He's the one who developed Stream Beats, which is the music that you're listening to now. It's all, you know, it's copyright. Well, it's not copyright free, but it's royalty free, so I can use it as long, you know. He was always saying that that's one of the major problems that he had with things like Twitch and YouTube, is that you're worrying about copyright strikes constantly because of background music. With this music that he's created, you don't have that problem. Because he's already got multiple revenue streams anyway. So this idea of putting back into the system effectively. A lot of the videos that he does are really, you know, they're really well done. They're very informative. He goes through a lot of the technical aspects of sound, video, setups. But the setup I'm running now is not quite how well. He did a video on what he called the $50 streaming setup. Literally, they bought like an old college computer and just used that as a streaming rig, which is effectively what I've done. The Jitsu E400 that I've got by the side of me is effectively an old office computer. It's not even a gaming computer. It's just literally there for the processing power. That's why sometimes the stream might not necessarily be as smooth as it could be, because it's running through a processor, not a graphics card. But it, you know, price of the tower, I couldn't even get a graphics card, let alone an entire computer. So, you know. Then I've got my gaming PC, which is about 6-7 years old. It's got a bit of life left in it, but it's, you know, it's pretty much at its limit in terms of gaming. It's not going to be able to do much more. But yeah. I'm more than happy if I encourage everybody to try it out. I certainly wouldn't try and put anyone off from it. I put it off for too long. I set up this channel probably a few years ago. I had to set up everything. I had email addresses, Twitter accounts, Instagram accounts, Patreon, buy me a coffee. I set all of that up. I didn't intend to use the monetization ones anytime soon, because I never thought, you know, I thought that was a little bit too much, like, it was too much of a grift, you know what I mean? I don't want to be sat here going, oh, give me money, you know, it feels wrong for me. But at the same time, I decided to set all of those things up because, well, you never know, one day you might need it. But I did look up on how to, you know, how to set everything up. What do I need to do in terms of sound, in terms of video. I mean, old one's been with me pretty much since the beginning, but a lot of you will remember. That's the problem with Patreon, and this is something I've looked, because I've looked at it myself from the other side of it, you know, as someone who's watching content. Is it's a subscription service. It's a bit like subscribing here on Twitch. I'm there thinking, do I really want a monthly sub to anything? Would I monthly sub to myself? Probably not. But that's just because I think I'm a potato. There are a lot of people that, I mean, okay, I've got Amazon Prime, so I get a free sub that I can give away effectively every month. So every now and again I'll resub to one of my favourite Twitch streamers. I'd like to think I am a rather fancy potato. This is true. But so some of my Twitch streamers that I follow, I'll give them a sub because I get a free one every month because I pay for my my Amazon Prime. But at the same time, it's like I don't really want to commit to something a lot of the time. I mean, even Netflix, I got rid of that because I just don't use it. Streamers, I don't necessarily watch them all the time. Chaos, for example, I do join his channel frequently. Oops, excuse me. Well, I sub to Amazon Prime because it gives me Twitch Prime, which means, for example, if I get to affiliate, or even if I'm playing certain games, I can give free loot to people if the game that I'm playing has loot applied to it. So that's the reason I do it, and it gives me a few extra. It just makes things a little bit easier for me on my side of things, and I already use Amazon Prime anyway, so not like I'm really going out. Yeah, I mean, I follow quite a few people. I mean, I don't do that follow for follow thing. I'll follow. Well, I did at the beginning, but then I've realised that that's kind of like it's an empty ghost. It's an empty thing because okay, you're getting the numbers up, but you're not really engaging with it. People do some people have followed me or asked me to follow them, and I've never seen them again. Whereas there have been a couple of people who've joined the channel, they've got involved, gone somewhere. Lady Wheels, for example, who comes in quite a lot. She streams herself. When she's playing Doom, she'll come laughing about doing whatever I'm doing in Space Engineers, and we've been thinking about doing a crossover at some point. Phone call! I've been getting loads of phone calls lately, all asking me if I'm in debt, and I'm like, leave me alone. Sarah D-Ron Discover. Maybe. Oops, I did not do that. Not do anything. So, like, in terms of the streaming type of thing, it's like, yeah, try it out. I mean, you don't necessarily need to have the. I mean, for example, go back a couple of weeks with me. I tried running everything at like the highest resolution I could, and I tried running it the best graphics and 60 frames per second, and I just couldn't. I just couldn't do it. Yeah, yeah, you look back on my streams, for example. When I started out, I tried to make it as good as I could with what I knew. That's what I wanted to do, and I've always made a point that I'm always trying. When I did start out, like I say, we started off at 30 frames per second, 720p at best. That's all I could handle. Laptop, which is I'm currently using as some sort of tea coaster. Ups on it right now. It's basically in a glorified paperweight at this point. But now that I've got additional equipment, I've managed to up it a little bit. I don't think I'm at the point where I'm at like full 1080p yet, but I am certainly at a higher resolution than I was before. And I'm running at 60 frames per second constantly, which is a good thing that I've been trying to do for a while. But, I want that smoothness. But obviously tonight's a little bit different because the videos, nope, every 4 seconds according to all of them. That's something I can fix. That's not something I've been having as a problem recently. Ah, did you not give them your number? Oh, that's a terrible. How dare you be so mean to the scammer? Now, I've been getting loads of phone calls from an island in Jersey, which is a British tax haven, effectively. and they keep asking me if I'm in debt, and I'm like, no. Oh, thank you, bye. Oh, thank you, bye. We can reduce your debts. I was like, already sorted it, bye. Leave me alone. Then I had somebody apparently had used my phone number to purchase a car, which was fun. I got a text message from a car company basically going, oh, thanks for finalising the deal with us. I'm like, just so you know, whoever gave you that number, that ain't me. They've either given you the wrong number or they've given you a false number, because it ain't me. Purchased a car on credit, thank you very much. I can't even get credit for a car. That's how fun it is. Bizarre and elaborate bodily harm. That is actually quite cruel and unusual. But then again, I know you, so that's not surprising. I will do things that would leave you confused. I saw that coming almost in slow motion. I was like, nope. Not today, Satan. Oh dear. Boop. I booped the snoot. Oh, just that. Oh, it's doing that again, isn't it? Well, I've disabled that for the time being. Scammers, oh, you want to throw them down the front. Yeah, it's just one of those things. So I'm just having a really good day now that I've got kind of things on the roll with this training company. This is the best part. It's just the fact that I'm managing to get things moving. I'm kind of in a limbo for a couple of weeks at this point. But yeah, so apparently, was it Facebook lost something like 500 million people's details or something like that? Checked my security. As far as I can tell, it doesn't seem to be me, or at least no one's accessed my account other than me. So all right, Jack. Jack, and I'm all right. I keep going. Trying to get my account number. You might have my phone number. I wish to have your bank account and sort code details. I am a prince, and I shall give you a vast fortune. I just need a bank account that I can put my money in. I had someone try to... yeah, phone numbers are not too hard to get. I mean, I had one that was quite funny years ago, months and months ago. And it was someone claiming to be an adult film star, quite a famous one. And I'd met them on a dating site, effectively. Probably can get it. It's not actually it's not listed on my. Actually, no, I don't think it is listed on my Facebook unless you're a friend, which probably can get it. And so I was on a dating site, and yeah, I admit it, I use dating sites, and yeah, they posed as this sort of adult star, and well, no, they didn't originally. They posed as a normal person. Posed as a normal person, and I recognise them. I won't elaborate as to why I recognise them. But yeah, so they tried to make out that they were this person. To be fair, they went into it. They did put a lot of effort into it. If it was if it was a scam, then they were putting a lot of work into it to catfish. But in the end, it was kind of like, it was the obvious things like, oh, can you buy me a gift card, or can you? Then eventually it was like, oh, my father's passed away and I'm inheriting his £4 million estate. I need somebody to be my guarantor offshore. And I'm like, I just quoted American tax law to them. I was like, you do realise you're asking a foreign national to hold money from your father's estate abroad, which is effectively tax fraud. It's just like, no, I'm not doing that. you know, I understand international law quite well. I have got a lot of international friends. So I'm just like, dude. I mean, this had gone on for months. I mean, if they were trying to scam it, I had never made it. I'd never made it clear that I had any money, and I don't. This is, like anyone trying to scam me is like, okay, dude, I haven't got any money, so you could try scamming me, but all you'll end up stealing is the lint out of my pocket. And to be fair, I've been trying to get rid of that lint for some while, so, help yourself. But yeah, this had gone on for months, and it was just kind of like, in the end, it was like, why? Why would you even, why would you go to all that effort? It's like, I'm not going to fall for that. But I was making a turn then. Anyway. Yeah, that was an interesting story. I've lived an interesting life. I'm certainly not naive. Not anymore, anyway. I used to be very naive. Yeah, I think I'm just cynical now. Got to go. We've got 6 hours left. I think we're going to need to stop before then. Let's hope we don't do the double sleep thing that I always do. Tired for doing that game. Go in. It's just one of those things that happens all the time. The funniest one I had recently was messaged someone, and they were trying to obviously tell me the fact they had an OnlyFans account, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I have no problems with people having that. That doesn't shock me in the slightest. Like, so are you gonna pay me? And I'm like, I think you should pay me. I have a new deal. You pay me. Like, well, why would I do that? I was like, well, why would I do that? Why would I pay for what I can get for free? Going to Romania. I have an interesting life. I often wonder that, I'm bored and something, but I just realised that all these random things keep happening to me, or these conversations like why me? Just why not somebody else? Just leave me alone. It's like with this Facebook leak. As soon as phone is hot. Oh no, not the phone. It's probably running a lot of apps in the background. Sometimes when video's on, it can do that. Phone is on fire. It's a burning away. Do-do-do-do. Voice is terribly. Over. The thing I don't like about driving at night in this game is the fact that it's night and I can't see anything apart from whatever's in front of me. It's a bit like driving my car in real life. I have no idea what's in front of me apart from this vague beam of light that my car tries to. I tried upgrading the headlights, but all it does is just seems to just blind other drivers and not really light up my way. Plus I'm using the high beams, which basically got rally lights on my car. It's great. 6 lights on the front of my car. I wonder if I could get him to play in like a sequence and I could do that scene from Encounters of the Third Kind. No, my in real life night driving skills are fine. I often drive down the country lanes and like where we have literally no light and potholes. It's not that my night driving skills are lacking, it's that my car's headlights are somewhat inadequate. As are most cars in this country when it comes to... Somewhat inadequate is what I said. They sort of like, they kind of emit pools of vague light in front of the car. You can see like, you know, so, I mean, that's just the headlights. If I turn the high beams on, then it's like, you know, I can see forever. As if I'm doing 60 miles an hour down a country lane at the time. Like, around here, there's like the speed limits are like 60 miles an hour in a country lane that has no lights and hedgerows and is about 10 feet wide. Great, it's lots of fun. I get to pretend I'm a rally driver, it's fantastic. Yeah, you can hit motorway speeds on a country lane. That's safe, honest. Not hit the enter key a second time. Don't do it. But plenty of fuel, so I'm not going to worry. Ooh, it's misty and it's raining. Nice. Oh no, we have speed cameras on our country lanes. You know, there is monitoring sometimes, and there's the occasional police car as well. They do it to catch people that are driving too fast, but I mean, I've driven down some of these country lanes at the you know, the recommended speeds. Yeah, it is pretty silly to do that. I mean, there's some of those roads that I am cagey about doing 30 or 40 down. It's like, let alone 60. And then you always get some guy in an Audi that comes up behind, just like beep beep beep, and it's just like, just pass me. I'm not going fast. Yeah, it's kind of like the roads are just equally bad everywhere in England. Ooh. Did not stop there. Honk. Honk. Take a picture of the tonk. I'd say our infrastructure was a joke, but that would mean it would have to be funny. Honk. E34. Honk. You know, I think it's somewhere in Russia. It's either in Sweden or it's in Russia. There is actually something called the Tonk, which is it's basically a small turret on a tank track, just a single tank track with a turret, called the Tonk. Artillery piece. I wonder if that's. He's got the same idea. Look at him. Look at him. Little camera there. Right in your face. Take a picture of your eyeball. Flying drone. It looks like an anti-aircraft gun or an artillery piece. My head makes you cry. Look at the polygons. Look at it. That's not my character. That's not me. That's just a random guy stood by the side of the road. That's me. Me. I'm it with my Popeye forearms. Before it breeds. Before it breeds. Told you, Popeye forearms. Oh, that's spinach. Seriously, I want to find the Tonk. I don't think it's in the game, but I want to find the actual Tonk in real life. I was also having a thought about... I love the fact that there's stuff at the side of the road. IL-2 Sturmovik. Tonk. Yes, Tonk. Just Google Tonk. You know what I'm talking about. T-O-N-K. Tonk. Can't get high enough to actually... I keep like pausing every time I... Strange Google command. Google it. Did you find the Tonk? You found the Tonk, didn't you? It's the cutest little tank you've ever seen. It's called the Tonk. It makes no sense. Very heavy paperweight. I don't think you'd be unpapering the weight after that. Honk. Dong 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 dong. Turn, brake. Oh, that's too much. Just should have realised I was carrying way too much weight to make that turn. Ah, Tesco. I used to work for them. Halted in my tracks by Tesco. Why is my life repeating on me? Now would be a very good time to leave. It's a pretty good company. I'll give them their due. I don't know. I mean, it may, with the. I don't know actually. I would wonder how that would work, because normally the way that game development works is that they would pay the company for image rights. So it would be the game developer that would actually pay the company to include them in the game, not the other way around. Suppose, but then again, you've also got, like, basically, because Eurotruck is quite a large game online, and it's quite well, it's not famous, but it's quite a lot. You know, it's quite a big game. I don't know, maybe. They could, but this, remember, this is Eurotruck Simulator, so you've got a lot of brands that are included, like for actual delivery companies. So you've got obviously the truck manufacturers themselves, but then you've got tire manufacturers like Michelin. You've got McDonald's, you've got KFC. It would add to the realism. I imagine it's probably like a mutually, I don't know, maybe it's like a mutual thing, because creating a simulator that's trying to simulate real life, the real world effectively, and you're including real life brands. So if they just let you use their, their image rights to, include their branding on trucks in the, oh dear, so I was so, no, Michelin, not Michigan tires. I just got 2 fines because I was busy, like, pontificating. Got a speeding ticket and I ran a red light. Oh, how rude. Michigan tires. Yeah, I don't know. I imagine that there's some sort of mutuality involved in that, because both parties benefit. I don't know. I'd probably be curious to look into that to see how. It's 200 kilometers, so we've not got far to go. Don't you be getting ideas. Quick, make him start thinking, because then his brain stops working, because it's single core. You can only do single threading, no multi-threading allowed. No, not allowed. Denied. Origin of the universe. All I can think of is that Simpsons episode where he lights a fart. Wait, I got one. Burp. It might not distract me enough. Of course it is. It's not even British. Imported from India. We stole it. No, actually, no. It was stolen from China. That's where British tea is actually not even a thing. Because, like I say, it was originally tea would only grow in China, and it was heavily. It was actually punishable by death to try and export the tea leaves. So the reason that tea ended up in India is because some British people stole it and took it to India to grow. I think, as far as I'm aware, it was pretty much a Chinese sort of delicacy, and then the British stole it. Funny enough, there's a lot of history where the British stole something. It's almost like we had like a worldwide empire of stuff theft. Yeah, it's not like we went around the world and conquered everywhere and made them all pay taxes to us without representation or anything like that. Very much about that taxation without representation. Yeah, because of Old York. Although saying that, there are some places called like Manchester and Birmingham in America which are not called New Manchester and New Birmingham. Remember someone was I actually remember an American friend of mine many years ago. I must have only myself back in the days of like AOL, and yeah, we say that about Birmingham as well. Birmingham, and there's Birmingham, Alabama. I think, is it Birmingham, Alabama? I think so. And I remember explaining to someone that I was from Manchester. I'm like, oh, what state is that in? Like, it's not. It's like it's in a country. Yeah, but state of America is a Manchester in it. I was like, no. Couldn't fathom that there was a world outside of America. No, not really. No, I wouldn't say Birmingham's like that now. They do sound rather depressed, though. They've always got a car. Sound like they've got a properly blocked nose at all times. I think Birmingham's a particularly poor city. Is the butt of many a joke. Maybe it could be very dusty there. I don't know, it's just some of the accents that we have in England are absolutely crazy. I think for an island that's only 500 miles across, we wouldn't have so many different dialects. Then you've got Liverpool, they talk a little bit like this very fast. That's only 20 miles away from where I live. Well, really not that far. Next town over, it's like speaking a different language. If I go about 200 miles south, I could end up in the West Country, and if I go to the West Country, I start talking like this, like I said, the farmer. I could spend the entire day just doing incredibly bad accents, and I would probably get into a lot of trouble. I suppose there is that, yeah. It is. It's just really strange the fact that you can have such small distances between cities. Like for example, my accent is I don't technically have an accent, as from what a lot of people have told me. Although technically I would be classed as a Cheshire accent because that's where I grew up. But I live in the city of Manchester. But I don't sound like a Mancunian. Chester. I have an accent to you. I just talk English. When you're from Manchester, you got to put an "oh" on the end of everything. And I don't do that because I was taught to speak proper. But then, even in the same city, there are different accents depending on where in the city you're from. Bye, kid. Not that they're stupid, it's just that they're intellectually challenged. Yeah, I'm convinced that you're... Because I don't think I've ever heard you speak, so I'm convinced that you sound like... I don't know. Aren't you from Texas? I never actually worked out where you're from. I just always assumed you're from Texas for some reason. No. Hey, howdy, partner. Yeah, I don't know, like a female version of Yosemite Sam. Button tarnation. Yeah, it's Texas. Like literally just bouncing around on gunfire everywhere. Oh no! I see you have chosen death. Do you wish to give to the poor? I am the poor. Oh dear. Atrocious nasal voice with a sort of east and west coast. Oh, Midwest then. You don't sound like you're from New Jersey. Got an accent, she? You'll never take me alive, she? I could do this all day. I'm bad at it, but I'll do it. Oh, is that a rental truck? It's a rental truck. That's a rental auto. I thought it was a rental. Rental car dealership. Car dealership. I want a truck dealership. And why would you do this to me? Why would you have a Renault dealership and not be a truck dealership? Burn the burn. Just burn. Yeah, I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn yesterday, and that made me cry. That it made me upset. It's like it made me more upset because I was upset about being upset. Just circle. Blubbing, manly tears. That's what I was doing. I'm pretty. I'll tell you that much right now. The music and everything. It was just no. It was just, no. What did I deserve to get those feels, man? Oh, but at least we're almost there anyway. So we've almost finished one job. I might do. Yeah, check it out on YouTube, definitely. It might not necessarily convey a lot of the story elements, but yeah, it was heavy. It was heavy. Combat system's pretty cool as well. Use a selection of traps and tools to take down giant metal monstrosities. I mean, one of them is basically a metal T-Rex. Thunderjaw, and you've all got weapons that they can shoot at you and stuff. You can use like a rope tool to basically tie it down and then go in for the finisher. I hate dinosaurs, it's just they have a habit of trying to eat me. And it's this, this constant trying to eat me that causes me, to have to defend myself. Do not wish to be breakfast. No, it is proactive self-defense. If I shoot them first, they can't eat me. Call it the American defense. Why is there a... Buzz. Behind me. That was your fault. Why there aren't more toll booths, I don't know. I do have American Truck Simulator, if you want. Maybe I'll do that as like a companion series. I'll do that as well. We'll do a tour across America because I've got like... I've not got all of the... Well, they haven't released all of the states yet. I do have a good number of them. I think I've got like the Southwest. I have no idea. Answer is Mars. Of Mars. I'm... Every driver has a trucker hat. You don't have a hair option, you have a hat option. Give me my trucker hat. I made that up, I haven't even played it yet. We're in Romania. We're in Romania. Bum, bum. Yeah, but we're not talking about just any hat. We are talking about a trucker hat. It's a very specific type of hat. Usually worn with a mullet and jeans. Irish cabbie hat. Why do I think of that as a cabbage hat for some reason? I think I've seen that hat. Cabbage hat. Is best hat. Hat is best. Best is hat. We're in Sato Mare already. Awesome. Hopefully there's a dealership here. Cabbage, that's not something I've had, and it's not something I'm going to suggest to my grandmother, because knowing her, she'll get addicted and start making it. Grandmother already loves cabbage as it is. Very much a fiend of the cabbage. Almost every meal involves some sort of cabbage. Oh, that's alright then. Fine cabbage fry. Bonk. I did not see that coming. Going right for us. Be a sign that I may be tired. I have had a very long day. My sleep pattern has been all over the place lately. Woke up, I've been like, because I've been up all night and then I'm sleeping all day. I'm still waking up tired. Normally I'd be full of energy and kind of like up to my usual shenanigans at this point, but at the moment I'm just kind of like, what? So I was thinking, because I've been playing Space Engineers recently, I might actually try survival map. Survival game, sorry. But we'll start on a slightly more dangerous planet. Now that I understand the mechanics, so rather than starting on like an Earth-like planet and doing it, yeah, instead of doing that, what I'd end up doing is starting on a new world, but with a more sort of dangerous atmosphere. I reckon that might be a good change. I'm facing the wrong way. Oh, can't do that. That was not... Sorry if I'm just trying to concentrate. Sounds like what something a Murloc would say. Burger, 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 burger. Burger, 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 burger. Nicely. Trying to get this to... the outlines, and if I can just... Take a glove. Yes. I am victorious. I am the winner. Did end up damaging the truck, but we didn't end up damaging the cargo, so we end up getting all the money. Oh, skilled worker level 14. Nice. I like that. Right, so should we get our trying to think my words then. Shall we get our class 3? No, class 8 corrosive substances? That would mean that we can carry all cargoes, no matter how dangerous they are. We are still limited on the amount of money we'll get for the amount of drives that we can do. But I'm not really doing drives more than 1,500 kilometers at the moment, rather than long trips. So I'm thinking I'll take that, we'll apply that. Left, or we just got that one? So let's see, we're rating of 5.0. Nice. 3, yep, so we're still way down from a complete and utter newbie. We're almost at the next stage. I would do another job, but I think that would be an absolute train wreck. Probably because I'd end up ramming a train, knowing my luck. We'll have a look at what jobs are available. So we are currently in Satumaru, sorry. I don't think you can start shipping for the mob. I don't think that's a particular option. I think it's a shame. Did we not have that job originally? So that was Poland to Poland. It's because of... Yeah. I'm imagining so. I don't. Maybe mobs are quite everywhere. I'll set them out to Lublin in Poland. See, that's going to take us back up there, which let's go to world map. Let's just see where we've been. Our yellow trail wherever we go. It's a bit like the Spanish Inquisition. No one hears about the Spanish. No one hears about the Spanish. Oh, but it's gangsters like the Craze and stuff. Yeah, the British mob. Usually it's just the British are a mob. That's normal. They're currently in Satumaru Coast. I don't know. Should I go back into Poland? Continue going south. That'll take us up towards Moldova. Take us to Vienna in Austria. I think we might go to Vienna in Austria on the way back, or should we? Area. We go to Austria. Going from Austria, Hungary, and make our way to Belgium, and then run through to France. Sorry, no, I'm getting sidetracked. Yeah, if we go into so if we go to starting off through Hungary, Austria, then we could probably get a job into the Czech Republic, Slovakia. Get another job from Slovakia to Hungary, because I want to. Well, what I might do is if I get a job from there to there, we'll pass through
Magyarország. Magyarország?
No, Budapest. Go through Budapest. Oh, nice. Nice. I'm gonna, yeah, so I'm thinking if we go through Satu Mare, we're gonna come through Hungary, go through to Budapest, let's see. Yeah, go through to Austria. Liechtenstein. So yeah, what we could do is we could go through here, starting from here, come through to Budapest, then go to Vienna. You should probably do that. So then we come through to Vienna, and then we could probably go to Prague. We might then go back into Poland. We could either go back into Poland, or could then come through here. We could go through into Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia Herzegovina, and then probably to Serbia. Probably make our way towards Bucharest. Over. Then go down again through Bulgaria and North Macedonia. I want to hit at least one of I want to hit each and every one of these countries at some point. So then we need to go to Montenegro, Albania, then head into Greece. Greece been added to this game because I'm pretty sure Greece wasn't in there before. Yeah, so we can then go into. Don't have Athens though. That's the only thing I don't think. Alexandropoli, Kavala, Ceres, Thessaloniki, Patelama. Then when we've come down to Greece, we're then going to go for Italy, so we might end up going to Bari. Definitely want to go to Rome at some point, but how will we about that? Because I also do I hit this island. I probably do. Over here, we'll come through Bari. Palermo at one point. I was going to go on holiday there with one of my friends. Casino, Monte Casino. Naples, so we could go through up to Naples, Casino, Rome. Florence. Car from Turin. Finally, we'll end up in France. Run away down through Spain. Back into France again, come up the north. Probably hit Paris at some point. Then, I think, then head back home. But if my route planning is correct, then I think hit every single country in the game. City, obviously, because we're only at about 6% exploration at the moment. But But we'll have hit 28 countries, hopefully. Unless I've done something horribly wrong. Let me see, world map. Well, it's 6.54%. But we... England, Belgium. Probably we need to probably spend a little bit of time up here actually, because we've been through here. I'm in Finland, Denmark. Latvia, Albania, and into Germany. I think we can. It'd be nice if the job map. It'd be nice if the job. It's actually got the different countries on it. Belgium, because I've been to Brussels. Netherlands. We've been to Denmark. We've been into Russia. We've also been up to the north near Murmansk. Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. Then passed through Slovakia. Actually, we've actually probably passed through the. Yeah, so we've just bypassed the Ukraine, but we could back up through Italy, through France, Spain. Sadly, we can't go to Portugal or Gibraltar. Make our way back up. So there's a couple of places we still need to go. Definitely thinking from here I think we're gonna snake our way. What am I not going to do to them is the question. So yeah, we're going to start off from here, but then we're going to work our way all the way through these different countries here. So we're going to probably snake our way down. Rather than doing a direct route, I'm just going to kind of like, I'm going to Czech Republic, down into Austria, Hungary, Romania, Moldova, then back down Bulgaria, Serbia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Croatia, Slovenia, back down again, Montenegro, Albania, back through into Italy. Bulk of the countries that we're going to get through are going to be here. Quite a compact area with a lot. And in the meantime, I think because this will be further into Romania, that takes us back into Poland. To Vienna, I'm thinking we're going to deliver. Save that job. That's where we're going to end on with that particular job, ready to rock and roll. Olive oil delivered. Bad way to go. That's not. We've got a wooden dashboard. Swish. Cross mark, and we've got gaff. This is the yard that we dropped off at before, by the looks of it. So, go back into our 234,000. Like I say, after we finish this particular journey, I think we're going to be on the £500,000 mark. after all. Well, as I say, I'm ending the stream in a second anyway. So, rather tired, and I think I think it's because I ate before I came out. But yeah, so that's the plan. We're going to continue our. So we're going to continue our. Not going to come home into Man. Wind this one down. I'm going to. Pleasure. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I will catch you. Okay now.